Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ero Pc F2, where today we are going to be racing around China at the Shanghai International Circuit, I believe. Right, so, Mitch, you here?
Yep.
Yep, alright, there we go. We got a full grid, which is good. That's what you like to see. Could you check if the stream is everything in order and okay for me?
You sound fine. I sound fine. You are streaming. It's good quality. Everything's good except the title, which you can't change.
Yes. Hopefully the
Which,
quality, just keep an eye on it. I've messed with
yeah,
the
no, I am.
settings. Um, so I've done some sort of like thing where it like sort of works with my internet a bit more. Because it was completely fine when I was doing it last season for PCF2, and then all of a sudden I go into this season, it's like, no.
Well, I can tell you the quality's great.
Oh, what, is it actually good?
It's actually great.
What, have I smashed it?
Absolutely.
Are you taking the mic or?
No, I'm not. I'm being serious.
Oh, that's brilliant then. Oh
Beautiful.
god, there we go, crispy. Anyway, good. So first car out on track is Antonopoulos in the Alpine. So when he gets round, we will give you a little track guide because why not? So, China is well an interesting track, I'd say. It's very very interesting with the different places you can overtake, like turn 1. Into the hairpin, and also I believe turn 5 or 6. I don't know. It's called one of them. But yeah, it also has 2 DRS straights. Again, the main back straight and the start finish straight. Which I mean, especially the back straight, people will be making a lot of overtakes there. But let's go on a lap here with George Antonopoulos. So. Across the line, he gets the DRS, and now towards the Snell section of turn 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4, I don't know, there's a lot here. Takes a wider line, but a lot of lines can work through here. Just misses your apex out on the inside, and he decides to take, an exit just in the middle of the track, as he comes up towards the hairpin of, I believe it is turn 6. And he breaks down to second gear here. You can take that in second or third. I personally take it in, a mixture of both really, but through turn 7, doesn't go full throttle here as it's just a banker lap. And just avoids the curbs on the inside of those 2 turns, otherwise you will more than likely get sent. And here he comes up to the I don't even know what to call this, but it's a long sweeping right-hander after a left turn. So through here he's going to shift up early.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm confused what Reed Hacken's doing. He's kind of just taking a new line.
Anyway, so he activates the DRS, then towards the hairpin where, like I said, most of the overtakes are probably going to occur. Down to second here. Again, second or third works completely fine. And goes a little wide on exit, but it's not going to cost him too much time. Then through the last corner, you want to avoid the sausage curb, put the DRS on, and across the line, that is a 132.8. Then Pavel just behind him goes 132.2, so even quicker.
Already in the 132s.
And then the Haas behind him goes 32.7, and is that a Williams or a Alpine? Just
I believe that's Williams.
Next up is Jim into the line, who's going to do a 134.1. And next up, making it top for the first time this season, Ryan Chapman. Let's see what he can do in the Alpha Tauri, and he goes a 132.8, and his teammate behind him goes 132.4. Then David Hoy, 32.6. McGinty, a 33.3. So a lot of cars just, getting a feel for the track, getting some laps in. I mean, some cars are clearly pushing more than others with the times they're setting. David Power goes third on a 32.5. And goes just ahead of his teammate. Next up to set a lap will be Dino on the medium tyres. I'm going to get that up just to check what tyres everyone's on. Seems like we have a few people on the mediums here of Owen, Dino, Daryl and Adam. As next across the line was the reserve with Yanni Tuovila. I want to say you pronounce it. We have 36-1. And after him, I'm not sure who's next. So, first runs in. We've already got people in the low 32s. With quite a majority of the grid in the 32s. And also, if you look, Ryan Chapman and George Antonopoulos have got the exact same time.
Huh.
As Lundgren goes 4th in the Williams.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Lundgren can actually do, since he's a full-time driver now.
Yeah. He's probably practiced a bit more this week now, and he's got that full-time seat, and I mean, he's up to 4th already, as Jim Bin sets a second lap on the same tyres and does a 32.9, which puts him just inside the top 10 at the moment. Seems next across the line will be Lasse Rasmussen in the Ferrari. He's a reserve at the moment, so let's see what he can do, and he goes 3rd with a 32.4. That is a very respectable time, but David Peller goes and takes a spot on the essential podium of qualifying here with a 32.3, which is a very nice time indeed. And next to set a lap will be both Red Bulls. Sees Tuovila can improve, and he does, up to a 33.9 for now. And Hitchinen on the mediums is a 33 flat. It shows that
for 11th.
There, it shows that both Dino and Owen on the mediums are they're just outside the top 10, which means they are more than likely going to have to use the softs to get within the top 10. Meaning, I don't think we're going to have anyone starting on mediums, as Lasse Rasmussen gets a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking.
Hmm.
Now, the thing about that is that shouldn't have happened, because neither of the cars behind him were on, you know, like a push lap. So the game has
Stuffed him there.
yeah, completely messed him up there, which not ideal for him. Everyone's, you know, just going into the pits, getting their tyres on for their second run, or for a few of them their first run. But someone who is on a lap is Adam Shostak, currently down in 16th. And he hasn't set a lap. So let's see, first sector, how he can do. There's a 24.3, which isn't purple, but we'll see how you can do it through the rest of the lap compared to everyone else. Through turn 7, takes it nearly fully flat out there.
George Antonopoulos does not improve.
This goes a bit wide, and our first retirement is Owen. And he has crashed in the pits.
Maybe he spun it.
I have not a clue, but yeah.
I don't
Crashed
think
on
he's
his way into the
now.
pit lane. That's not good for Owen. That is really not good for Owen. Oh, as Majinski's off into the wall through the final corner. Lucky he's able to keep that one going. And on the Alfa Romeo's across the line, but they are just starting their lap down with Majinski, and there's Shostak coming round the final corner. And up to the line, it's going to be a 132.8. So at the moment, it seems everyone's sort of in that low to mid 132s, with a few in the high 132s. But right now, on the edge of the top 10, the times are very close between Adam Shostak, Ryan Chapman, and George Antonopoulos.
I mean, considering the fact that, 4 drivers still haven't done a lap, which I'm pretty sure, 5, sorry, yeah, I can't do maths, and that 4 of them are on their, they're all on a lap now.
Rajpol's gone P7, 1,000th behind David Hoy. Next up to the line will be Cody Reed. So let's see what he can do compared to everyone else. And through the final corner, avoids the sausage curb, almost loses it on exit there, but he comes across the line with a 32.9. So this is quite close with a top 13, all within 7 tenths. Wow. That's Daryl on the mediums. Just take it careful through the hairpin, but let's see what he can do. And by the fact that there's a wheel in the barriers over there, I have a feeling Owen didn't crash in the pits.
That's what I was thinking, because I went to...
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the other Red Bull and he wasn't in the pit, so I'm just assuming he spun.
Yeah. And next across the line is the Aston Martin of David Hoy. Currently sits P6, let's see if he can improve. Takes all the curb on the exit and goes first driver, not quite into the 131s, but into the 32.1s, and McGinty follows him right behind, and only finishes 8 thousandths behind him.
There was a bit of team play going on between Adam and Dino, even though Dino did have his lap invalidated. But the thought that counts.
A bit of a it's the thought that counts, yeah. Alright, next up is Antonopoulos in the Alpine, who's currently P12 with a 32.8. Can he improve? Not quite. Oh, he was a 37.3, so he might have bailed on his lap somewhere. Next up, I believe, is a Williams of Lundgren, but he's just started his lap. Then the AlphaTauri of Ryan Chapman, who's currently 2 tenths up. So let's see where he can go. And he's going to go up to P6 on a 32.4, which is a very respectable time.
Very close to his teammate.
Yeah. The Aston Martins are doing brilliant here, which they're going to need considering they're the only team so far with 0 points in the Constructors.
I think that will change today, guaranteed.
As long as they can keep it on track, the two Davids should be good to go, but they both have missed 1 race each this season. And unfortunately, the reserve drivers haven't been able to pick up points for Aston Martin either. And now we have Dino giving Adam a slipstream. And
Team play again.
Strangely, Dino doesn't move out the way for Adam. You'd have thought Dino just dart out the way at the last second. As Markel Cifuentes in the Haas goes top with a 32 flat. Now that is
might see a higher 131.
Yeah. Next up is Adam, who's going to go into the 131s with a 31.9. So our first
Good
driver here into the 31s, meaning that slipstream probably did help him quite a lot.
Would have gone faster though if Dino did move, which probably would have at least got him into
I reckon
a higher
31.8. Potentially,
yeah.
or low. It's either been a low 0.9 or a high 0.8, I reckon. As having to move on a straight, it's going to cost you a little bit of time always. But that still is enough to put him on provisional pole. As next to the line is Lundgren, but it seems like he's had a spin somewhere, as he set a time of like a 1:39, I believe.
Next is Ryan Chapman with a questionable time.
I think he's on an in lap, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Next up to the line, no, Daryl's going to the pits, and somebody invalidated in the pit lane, because that makes a lot of sense. And it'll be Lasse in the Ferrari, but he's bailed out of his lap, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going very slow there. So it'll be... Well, Jacob's going to start his lap. I think Markel Cifuentes is coming to the pits more than likely. Then we have... the Ferrari of Adam Shostak starting his lap.
I did not realise Lucas McGinty was 4th. I didn't realise.
Yeah, he set a lap of it at the same time as David Hoy did when David Hoy went on pole for a bit. But the grid is so close here, which is what we like to see. It's going to create an interesting race with the grid this close. The only person far off at the moment is Daryl, but Daryl's on the medium, so with a lap on the softs, he could shoot right up.
I mean, Jacob Mazinski still hasn't done a lap.
But he hasn't invalidated this time, so we'll stay on board with him for the rest of the lap, see what he can do. As just keeping the car under control. considering he hasn't done a lap, and he does go purple middle sector, but we know what this game's like. Is that actually purple?
That happened a lot to me yesterday.
Yeah. The game's very glitchy with stuff. Oh, he's lost it! That is a good save. That's a very good catch not to be off into the grass, and Adam Show stacked behind him's done the same thing, but he's not saved it, and he's got front wing damage and potentially rear wing damage as well, as he's gone flying into the wall there.
I would say he's very lucky to not lose a wheel.
And
When he's retired.
So I think, yeah, he more than likely had a lot of damage, so I don't blame him for retiring. If he did
But his car is on track though, which is a problem.
Luckily, no one's on a lap. Except for the Red Bull behind is that, who's on the lap.
There you go.
Okay, good. The car's pulled over now. But it seems like everyone's starting their final run. But because of the yellow flags, we can't see how long's left in the session.
I believe I think it's 3 or 4 minutes. I think.
More than likely.
No, 2.
2 minutes, so anyone who's not started their final lap's got to get rain quick, ready to start it. And both the McLarens at the moment in Sector 1. Jacob's going to really need to get a lap in here.
Yeah, 143 is not ideal.
With the spins, unfortunate. As David Power goes top and Majinski's reigned again. But David Power takes provisional pole with a 31.9 as well. Barely ahead of Adam, but Adam's out on track for an 8 lap, but I think it's too late for him. 1 minute 29 to get around, he's going to literally have to floor it.
When Jacob thinks he's lost a tyre, he's spun to the wall again. It's not his day, and I can't see it being his day today.
As we have the next car to cross the line is going to be McGinty. He'll be the first to complete their, well, I guess final runs, but he could do 2 laps on the set of tyres. There's still enough time left in the session.
I think Adam might just about maybe to go over the line in time.
He's going to have
if he
to
goes
floor it through the rest of the track, yeah. But McGinty through the final corner. He was up at the last sector, but he's lost 4 tenths somewhere in that final sector. Next up is the Alpine.
Adam has stopped to let a driver through. That's not helping him.
Antonopoulos can get into the top 10. Next up's Lundgren, but he's just starting a lap. Then it'll be Sorensen starting a lap, and Cifuentes, but David Hoy, who is on the lap, a 10.5 up currently, goes provisional pole with a 1:31.8. He's the first driver into the 31.8. As Jim Binns next across the line on mediums, does not improve. So it'll be Ryan Chapman next, who's currently half a second up. Now this could definitely be pole.
This is a good time so far.
Oh no, that's gonna ruin it, and it's invalidated him as well.
Oh, that's just upsetting.
I say Rasmussen didn't make it to the line in time. I don't think. No, he did. Just about. As next up is Dino in the Mercedes. 7 tenths up currently. Let's see where he can go. He's going to say a 1:32 flat, which puts him 5th.
Lundgren has got purple sector 2.
Has he? Well, we'll stay on board then. As in front of him is the McLaren of McGinty. I don't know if he's on another lap. No, he's not. So we'll stay on board with Lundgren. And we'll see, can he go near the top here? As he takes last corner fine. Gets on the throttle, good out the final corner, doesn't lose the car. He's got 1 corner to go. On the pillar, 31, he's going to be in the 32s, just about a 32.1, which puts him 7th.
Just from 7th.
But
and Elliot goes
second. Sorensen goes straight up to 2nd. Next up is the 2 Haas cars. I have a feeling Pavel gave... No, he didn't give Cifuentes a... both go to the pits.
We have the
David Hoy's going to the pits, yeah.
Yeah.
But Lasse Rasmussen, he's 3.5 tenths up. Potential for pole here. If he can just keep it on track.
If we get a bit of a
through the finals corner. And he's gone wide, but it's kept him validated. But only a 2 tenth improvement, which puts him just inside the top 10.
I'm surprised it didn't invalidate him though.
Yeah, it was close through the final corner to losing it, but
Who else
Yeah.
do we have? I don't think we have anyone else, do we? Oh, we have Jimbin slowly cruising to the line.
He's out of fuel, I think.
Yeah.
We have Ryan Chapman, who just
He's
pulled off the
nipping.
pits, and
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
that'll complete qualifying. So, Aston Martin saw they were bottom of the constructors and have made an impact here and gone first and third. But for our championship leader Owen, it's going to be a long day for him in 18th currently.
He's gonna do some Drake Dempsey type esque to get to the top and win today's race, which I'm confident is going to be a struggle for him. Also, depending on what the weather could be like, we don't know.
Yeah. Not a clue what the weather is.
For the drivers, I hope it doesn't rain, because rain in China is not very fun.
But for us, I hope it does rain.
For us and the viewers, I'm happy for it to rain. I'm all for it.
I have a
I
feeling
wonder what
the weather's going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I wonder what setups people are going to use, because everyone is on the softs except Owen and Darrell's. So I'm kind of confused.
Look at that though. Top 10, all within 3/10. Well, 3.5 tenths. That is... If that's not going to set it for an absolute mental race, then I don't know what is. The grid being that close.
Very true.
Do
you know how the Ferrari driver got the 5 position grid penalty? Can that get removed or no?
Nope.
I don't think it can. Yeah. Which really is gonna suck.
There is discussion of a restart though.
What, just for that?
Yes, apparently. Just to put him in the correct place on the grid.
Yeah, I think personally it should be a lobby restart.
But I mean, it was a very dodgy penalty, but we'll have to get permission for the restart from one of the higher ups.
Because we didn't really get to see it, but he could have been blocking someone that was actually on the net left. We didn't even know. Or he was just parked in the middle of the track. I'm looking forward to the race.
Yep.
It's going to be very exciting, or it's going to be very dull.
I think we're just going to have to race it. I don't know if... Like, we got no one to give us a green light for a lobby restart, so...
I don't think we are getting a restart.
I mean, we're not in control. Maybe if one of the admins on the stream, they can go into the Pc F2 chat and let them know if we are, but at the moment... Let's have a look what tyres everyone's on.
I don't think we're doing a lobby restart.
Okay. So, softs for the top 9. Ryan Chapman in 10th on mediums.
A few people on hards.
Adam's left the session. I don't know if he's disconnected or not.
It's already given up.
Yeah, quite a few people on the hards. People on medium, softs, everything. So
it's going to be a variety of what's it called?
Strategies.
Strategies, yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna have rain. I wonder if we're gonna have rain.
Fingers crossed we don't.
Nah, fingers crossed we do.
Well, yeah. Either way, the rain's gonna make the driver's lives a living hell, and it'll make us a very enthusiastic, fun, entertaining race to watch.
Yeah. It's Adam Snape back in. So unfortunately for him starting P4, he's not going to be able to take control of his car. So he's going to lose a lot off the start here, which is very unlucky.
I think his tyres are going to be a bit either naff because the air can sometimes just ruin them, or they're just going to be super duper cold.
Well, based on the fact the AI is not weaving or anything, they're going to be absolutely freezing. which, yeah, that's going to be fun for him. I'm sure he'll have a great time. So, up to the grid we go. See what sort of camera angle the game wants to give me for this start.
I think some of the drivers want a race restart, but
I haven't seen
I
that
don't.
now. I don't know. Well, we can do it in
I
the
think
first few laps, but we don't have confirmation.
Rasmussen is not happy. He says it's BS.
Anyway, let's just watch the race restart. Race start here, and let's see what happens. So the grid's just forming.
Let's just hope that there's
There we
no
go, right.
safety car on that
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go for China as David Hoy gets a great start. But Elliot Sorensen next to him gets a bit out of shape and has lost some positions as David Piller and Markel Cifuentes are through. David Hoy leads the pack and there's yellow flags behind.
There's a big crash.
A lot of cars
oh
off the track behind and Sorensen is out. So a poor start from him has put him out the race very early on. There's a McLaren off the track as well with no front wing at the back.
Dino's at the back.
And out of turn 1 we go. And Adam's just ghosting through everyone currently as he's trying to get back into the lobby, and he goes up the inside of Ryan Chapman. Bit of contact behind from Pavel in the Haas. And they're going to go side by side through turn 7. And Ryan on these mediums making a great start straight up to 6th as Adam keeps the position. There's a Ferrari behind spinning out. It's Adam Showstack. But nearer the front, David Hoy's already got a 1 second lead. And Adam Lapage are going for a move around the outside of the long run. They're going to be side by side up towards turn 11 here. But Pavel couldn't make it 3 wide if he's going to go for the dive, and he does up the inside. And he's managed to get the move on long run, but Adam's able to keep it on the outside, but he's nearly lost it there. And now all of a sudden Ryan Chapman on the outside. Can he get past? And he has. And behind them we've got almost 3 wide there as Lassie Rasmussen straight up to 7th from his grid penalty. But Yanni Tuavila makes 1, and he's going to go for 3 overtakes in 1 here. He's going to go down into the hairpin and up the inside. Can he get the move on all 3 cars? And he's done it!
And he's done it. What an overtake!
He's got past 3 cars in 1 go there as lap 1 is now done. And oh my, there goes Lundgren flying off into the pits in the background. Almost took someone out there. But what a move that was from Tuavila in the Red Bull. That was ridiculous.
This race is looking tasty.
As behind them we have Rasmussen and Hitchen ghosting through each other. But Hitchen on the outside after starting in 18th. Already up to 9th. Can he get the move on the inside here? And
Lundgren
seems like he can. It's still side by side up towards turn 6. But Hitchen's already through. Rasmussen's going to try fight back around the outside. He's going to swap to the inside, but he's going to let out. Just stay behind Owen for now as Antonopoulos behind goes for a dive on Mashinsky, and he's nearly lost it on the exit of the corner there as that allows his teammate Rajpal through, and behind Jimbin gets out of shape as well as Cody Reed goes past him.
Yeah, both Albert Lundgren and Lucas McGinty both had front wing damage, and they've both gone on to the hards, trying to play the long game, which did work.
That can work.
Should have.
As we have now a battle coming towards the back straight here between Markel Cifuentes and David Piller. And here comes here comes Cifuentes. Doesn't look like he's got the straight line speed here. I don't think he's using any of his ERS. We'll get the telemetry on. But
there is a collision at the back.
Yellow flags as Jimbin's into the grass and he's got no front wing. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of contact between them.
As now fighting behind, we have Pavel and Owen Hitchen side by side as Pavel's going to give him a bit of a squeeze there towards the curb. But Hitchen on the outside, and he's made the move. That is a brilliant move around the outside of the final corner there. And then Pavel, but he might fight it back into turn 1, but Lassie Rasmussen's also going for a move around the outside. And he's done it, just making a bit of contact with Owen there. Hopefully he's not got any damage, but these two are still side by side through the Snell section here. And up the inside, he's trying to make this move. And they're still side by side here.
Good racing between these 2 lads.
And the straight line speed, Rasmussen has more, but Pavel going for a bit of a lunge from further back, and he's made the move stick, which is very good. As at the back, Dino and Jimbin are into the pit, so they might have had damage, but the lead at the top for David Hoyt up to 2 seconds already.
Yeah, I must say, Cody and Jinbin both had wind damage again, and they've gone on tards, even though, I don't know what Dino pitted. I guess he had front wing damage, but he went on to mediums. As well as Cody.
So maybe they think that maybe there is rain, as people saying on the hards would have wanted to go longer, but after doing a few laps, maybe they think the mediums can extend it. So the gaps are starting to form, but we do have Cifuentes using the DRS. Can he get past David Kerr here into the hairpin? And they're going to go through the hairpin, and we're in the outside. He's going to be able to make that move. As behind we have Rasmussen and Pavel, the Ferrari and the Haas has randomly ghosted there. And he's also lost a position to Mazinski as David Kerr is in. So
Jinbin did spin at the back. I guess he might be going on to the hards.
Maybe he's got an interesting strategy here. And
maybe he chose the
early, and he's gone for the mediums.
I think he went for the alternative strategy because I think it's soft, medium.
Yeah, he might go for a 2-stop here. And that could definitely work, as the clouds are starting to part way a bit and he's looking a little clearer. As behind, Cifuentes is slowly closing the gap up to David Hoy. And we have behind Chapman and Hitchden looking to get past to Avila, who has made an overtake of the race. That's going to be very hard to beat, as that was ridiculous with a three overtakes down one straight into one corner.
I think that might be the overtake
of the season so far.
Yeah.
And brilliant overtake that was anyway. He's going to have to hopefully get into the DRS of Adam here, who has disconnected from the session, I believe, which isn't good for him, as he's showing a desync symbol. So they're just going to have to hope he doesn't cause any issues here. As he's back, he's just lagging a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying he like quite yeah.
As behind Chapman and Hitchen's got the more straight line speed. Is he going to go for the dive into the hairpin? He has. And is he going to be able to make that move stick? Just squeezes Chapman there into the curb, but he's got the move done. As Cifuentes in the Haas is also in now, and yeah, it's definitely getting brighter. And behind we have, I think that's, is it Rasmussen into the pitch? Yes, it is, as Mazinski sets the fastest lap with a 36.1.
Cifuentes is also in the pits.
Yep.
He's gone for mediums.
Adam is having some serious connection issues here. Hopefully they can fix themselves, because could cause a bit of chaos.
I also just like to point out,
saying he's now down in 19th.
Yeah, right.
He's definitely got some sort of internet issues, but anyway, Turavila currently 6 seconds behind. Dino's gone through the final corner. Dino's binned it.
That's a shock. It's a shock for the Mercedes boys.
He's off into the wall, and unfortunately, that's his race over early here. As Hitchner looking very aggressive on the back of Turavila here.
I was gonna say, I said Hitchner was gonna do well. I take everything back. He's gone from what I think he was like P15, 16.
He was 18th
all the way
to 3rd.
80, I think it was all the way to 3rd.
Absolutely flying around this circuit at the moment, and now with the DRS, he's got plenty of ERS as well, over 90%. He's not even going to use it here. He's going to go for the move into the hairpin again with a straight line speed, and that should be an easier move than last lap, and he's made that move. But Ryan behind also having a look here, as on the mediums he's going to be trying to stick with Owen to not allow him to run away with this.
It's a good start for the Red Bull boys.
As we have a yellow flag at the back, and that is, I believe, Lundgren. Yeah, Lundgren's had a bit of a spin there on the hard tyres. Maybe he's not been able to quite get them up to temperature as quick as he would have liked early on in this race, but behind, the battle for seconds getting very tasty here between Turavila, Hitchnen and Chapman. As behind we have Shostak, who's made his way past Darrell Ailes. Darrell seems to be struggling here through turn 1, 2 and 3, just taking it, you know, at his own pace, as Adam's back in and he's up to 2nd, it says now. As Pavel makes a move on Antonopoulos in the Alpine, and that's going to promote him to 7th place, but Issue for Adam is he's got Hitchner, Tuivasa and Chapman all right behind him here. So he's going to have to get a move on. Oh, but Owen spun!
Oh no, Owen!
And he's off. And that's going to put him all the way down now. As Tuivasa regains third place. And Dino out, Elliott out, and nearly Owen. Almost our 3 championship leaders gone this race already. That would have been a mental start. As Tuivasa not quite in the DRS of Adam here, but Chapman behind does have DRS. And all of a sudden here he comes. Not going to be close enough on this occasion, but he's going to stick with him now. As Tuivasa, hopefully he gets DRS, because Adam's car's been very glitchy and not even giving people DRS. Yeah, he was definitely within a second, but he hasn't got the DRS. And now he's just got to defend with it from Ryan Chapman behind, who's right on the back of him here. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? And yes, he is up the inside.
This game's very broken. This lobby's very broken.
He's made that move stick. Great move up the inside there, as Markel Cifuentes sets fastest lap of a 1:35.9.
I mean, if Jinbin's strategy works this race, he could genuinely go into second in the championship.
Well, you got Rasmussen higher up. But yeah, with the suffering of people, David Hoy could fly up the standings here, even though he's got no points at the moment. Could be straight up to like 5th or 6th. And Adam, who's currently 2nd this race, could fly up the standings as well.
Yeah, I must say, because I don't know where he is in the championship, to be fair.
As Adam again showing signs that he's disconnecting. His connection this race is absolutely diabolical, unfortunately. And Dino's left the session after he's retired. And Chapman's getting really held up by Adam here, so he's going to want to make the move. Luckily this time DRS is being given from his car, and there he goes flying straight past. So Ryan Chapman up to 2nd on the mediums here.
Let's just hope that Adam doesn't just lag back in front.
As first 3-second time penalty, so Antonopoulos on a straight though, and he's gone very deep there as Pavel goes straight back past him, and our leader David Hoy's into the pits.
I'm gonna assume, and oh, it didn't have front wing damage. Huh.
So Ryan Chapman takes the lead. Well, on the mediums, this is going to change everything up. Cifuentes sets another fastest lap of 35.7. So currently at the front we've got Chapman, Majinski, who got past Tuivasa, which I didn't even see. So these guys on the alternate strategy are doing well here. We've also got the Alpine boys in 4th and 5th, you know. Seems like they're just working together to see if they can catch up to the soft and medium runners in front of them. Anyway, further back we have Cifuentes, who's just pitted, already in 8th place. He's absolutely flying on the mediums here, so if we take a look at the gap to the leader, he's within 14.4 seconds, and he's already made a pit stop, so he's essentially our leader of the race at the moment, with David Hoy being in P2. So Cifuentes, by pitting early, may have pulled an absolute master strategy to take the lead of this race provisionally, but he's going to need to get past Showstack here. As one of the Hasses in the back has spun, it's Pavel. But anyway, back to this battle here. Let's see, Cifuentes not even using his battery here, just going to go purely on the DRS. Deploys a bit of his battery now, and off he goes, flying past. And I don't think Showstack's going to fight this one, as they are on different strategies here. But in front we have, again, both the Alpines just taking it, you know, bit by bit. As we have Adam behind, going for a switchback here on David Power. So David Power, by pitting earlier, has made himself a bit vulnerable to Adam here. And Adam was able to keep the pace up, as McGinty gets a 3-second time penalty. And
Cody is going at blazing speed and overtakes him.
Yeah, and that is again an easy overtake down into the hairpin. So we have just most of the cars, you know, on different strategies here. So we have a yellow flag, and that is Majinski. He's off the track there. Does he have any damage to his front wing? Doesn't look like it, but that's allowed the Alpines to catch up to the back of him, which is what they are going to want. And one thing I do want to point out is Tuivasa is still on those softs that he was on at the start of the race here. And he also has a fuel light warning, so he's just going to have to be careful here.
Kind of concerning.
Yeah, he's going to have to conserve his fuel and hopefully make it to the end here. As Jimbin also has a fuel light warning as well, so people seem to have underfueled a bit here. Hopefully they'll be fine as Adam goes a bit wide at the final corner, but he is within DRS of David Power here. So let's see, is the DRS going to be strong enough for him to make a move? He's gaining, and he's going to look to the outside here. Braking later, goes very deep in, but that's going to make him have more of a chance to make the overtake on the outside. Still fighting into the final corner here.
Both get an equal line.
And David Perez managed to maintain the position, but Adam with DRS, surely he's going to try and make the move into turn 1 here. But he's not got the straight line speed. And he's just going to have to sit in P12 for now, unless he's going to try up the inside. And he's thought about it and he's gone for it. But I don't think he's going to be able to get this. And the answer to that is no. And after open spin, he's caught up to the Alpines. So we have a bit of a train for P3 here at the moment. And Owen looks for a move and he's spun. Got a way too opportunistic there.
I should just say, Ryan Chapman is flying away.
Yeah. But we'll have to see what strategy he's going to go for. As Tuivasa in the Red Bull, 9 laps on those softs. That is fairly impressive to say he's still in second place, as those tyres must be absolutely screaming to get off of his car right now. As behind we have Antonopoulos making a move on Mashinsky. Antonopoulos squeezes him there. It's on a straight and he's moving into the braking zone, so that's not very good. It's not what you want to see. But they have caught up to Tuivasa, who's still not pitting. So he's going to go for an 11th lap now on those softs.
Maybe he's trying to maximise the softs as much as he can.
And Adam behind having a fight with Darrell, as he has gotten past and is still behind David Power.
Jacob Kaczynski goes on the inside in the Snell bar of the 6-1.
But it gives the inside to Antonopoulos now, and bit of contact as Mashinsky's almost pushed off track there, and Antonopoulos not leaving much room. Bit of contact again, but off the inside, Mashinsky dives and nearly hits Tuivasa there in front of him. But he is free for now, and behind we have David Hoy and Adam Shostak. Shostak nearly loses it, but got the power down a lot there and has managed to make the move up to 7th place. A lot of cars near the front haven't pitted yet, but Cifuentes in 6th currently has pitted, and his strategy's working wonders as he's catching right back up to this pack in front. But out front, Ryan Chapman is very far ahead right now.
He's blazing it away. Let's just hope he doesn't do a mean throw-the in.
Cifuentes now onto the back of this train. Let's see what's going to happen here. I think we could see a potential double overtake from Antonopoulos here. He's going to try follow Mashinsky through here, but Mashinsky's straight line speed's too much. But this could be, unfortunately for Tuivasa, getting a double overtake happen to him. Tries to maintain around the outside. Antonopoulos dives to the inside, and he's got the move.
Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't have done that personally. I probably would have absolutely
he saw the opportunity on the inside and went for it, and Tuivasa is now in. So I think he's got mediums to the end there. So a very aggressive one-stop, which could pay off absolute wonders here.
I guess that explains why he wasn't trying to defend it.
Mashinsky up the inside into the Snell section again, and he's gone hard. We have a yellow flag, and that is Owen spun again, but there was contact on the exit between Antonopoulos and Mashinsky again. So these are really going at it, but luckily not caused any damage to each other yet. As Rajpal behind is just waiting for an incident here, and Cifuentes, who can just take his time on the fresher mediums and pick his time to make an overtake. And out front, Chapman is 11 seconds clear. Wow. As Mashinsky having a few troubles here behind Antonopoulos. But great battle in between the two of them. Rajpal's right on the back, they're on the hard tyres, so let's see if he's going to attempt to make a move on Maszynski here, as his teammate's doing very well to keep Maszynski with them, which will allow the Alpine boys to pick up a lot of points here if they coordinate this strategy well. But out of turn 13, they've not got the best of lines in there. Marco Cifuentes in the Haas behind, deploying all of his battery, and he's off to try and get a move. And Maszynski, as Antonopoulos moves there, just to block the move, and Antonopoulos goes very deep. Maszynski's through, and is Cifuentes going to make the move on Rajpal? Not
I
quite
think
on
he'd be
this
suicide
occasion.
if he tried.
But Antonopoulos with a poor run there, as Chapman's had a bit of a moment in turn 1.
No, I think he was slowing down the game, just thought he just stopped.
And well, we'll sort of look at the Delta and we'll see, did he have a spinner? But doesn't look like it, as the Delta's not being closed.
Yeah, I think the game just bugged and said
Just
it
the
was
game being
slowing down.
strange, as Maszynski nearly loses it on exit there. And he's going to try and pull away from the Alpines here before the DRS straight. As Owen's in for hard tyres to the end. So
Let's just hope he doesn't set as well.
we'll have to. He might have wanted to go medium softs, but from spinning he might have ruined the tyres, so he's just decided to swap to the hards and play it safer. So we'll see, as we have Adam up to 8th, who's dropped David Power behind him. And now Maszynski still not quite able to break the DRS, although he might have done just then. The detection zone just out of that corner, so we'll see if Antonopoulos is going to have the DRS. And he's not. So he might be a bit vulnerable to his teammate behind, who has more ERS, got the DRS, and now look at this, it's a big train for him in the Cifuentes. David Hoy's got onto the back of them, and Adam Showstack. So for the battle for second here could be getting interesting. Let's have a look here. Showstack nearly loses it at the final corner behind them. But Maszynski's going to have to really get his foot down here, as he's got an absolute train just darting at him here.
Swarming.
Yeah, he's got a swarm straight after him. As there's yellow flags, and that is Jimbin at the back. Seems like he's struggling here in China, unfortunately for him, after he's had 2 decent races to start the season off. And Maszynski, again, he's still not breaking the DRS as Cifuentes goes up the inside. I think he might have got pushed by David Hoyt behind, as he seemed to break and then just all of a sudden get a burst of speed again. So a bit of contact mate with Rajpal there. I don't think Rajpal's going to be too happy with that. It was a very aggressive that was, but David Hoyt's up to 4th.
I have a feeling that's going to get reported, don't know why.
I mean, that was a very dodgy overtake, that definitely could be reported.
That's PC3, yes, dive bomb.
As, again, Maszynski up front has put the gap now, so luckily for him, he should be fine, as David Hoy is going to look to make a move on Antonopoulos here, as after Chapman pits, he's more than likely going to be in the lead of this race. But he might need to make another stop. Actually, I'm not sure. He pitted lap 8, so if he can take the mediums 20 laps, fair enough, but we'll have to see.
I'd just like to point out, Jacob Maszynski started 20th, had an awful quality session. He's now P2. I have a feeling
he's started last.
He's had a wonderful race so far.
Cifuentes makes a move under DRS on the straight there. Well, Antonopoulos sees the gap and he's going to try fight it back here, as Cifuentes left the door open. And Antonopoulos just closes it back on him and he's back through. There's a gap at the front. Ryan's no longer extending it, and
yeah, but so Maszynski is slowly catching him.
Yeah, it's staying around 12.5 seconds. As Owen on the hards to say 1:35.6. But now David Hoy's through, he's really taking time out of Maszynski, so he might be able to get back into the DRS, which is what he needs if he's going to want to bridge the gap, if he's going to need to pit again, especially with Ryan going to be on fresh tyres at the end. could create something interesting. Surprised we haven't seen a safety car yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I mean, currently as it stands, 6 drivers are fighting for P2.
Yeah, this is a
And if- and
ridiculous fight early on here.
And if Adam and everyone else behind them can just push a bit more forward, then it would be
There's a
even
yellow
better.
flag, and that's Cifuentes. He's round. He's dropped on the exit there, and
Oh.
Adams had to go flying off track to avoid him there, just in case he unghosted. Not sure how Adam's going to feel about that one. As
I mean, he isn't losing time.
yeah, true. It does. Should be
I wonder
fine
if he
with
got.
it.
I wonder if he got a warning for that.
Not a clue, but behind them
No,
we have
no,
a
it
fight
didn't.
between Showstack and Rajpal, but Antonopoulos pits. And now Showstack's going to go for the move on Rajpal here, goes to the inside into turn 1, and he's just going to force Rajpal on a wider line around the outside, and he's got that move done quite easily here. As any thoughts of rain we had, I don't think that's going to happen anymore, as it's blue skies around this circuit now. As Owen goes even quicker on a 35.2. Currently in 14th place, and with Antonopoulos pitting and coming out just up the road from him, the fight back there could get very interesting. As Majinski's closed the gap to about 12 seconds now to Chapman, so Ryan seems to just be taking it carefully, which is a smart idea
should.
for him, considering he's got a very, very strong lead here.
I feel like he could go into probably gear 5 for a whole lap and he'd still be ahead by a lot.
Maybe. Plus, anyway, we've got David Hoy here. 6 stems behind. Let's see if he can get the move, as he might want to here, as Majinski probably is holding him up slightly, as he's got 8 lap fresher tyres, but Majinski's straight line speed, just like in Brazil, is very strong. So, unfortunately for David Hoy, not quite able to get the move, but he's a lot closer here, so along the main straight, he might be able to get a move here. And he's going to go round the outside, and he's got that move done into turn 1. Majinski doesn't seem to be fighting it back, as we have Adam Showstack and Rajpal into the pits. Majinski looked to have a bit of a fight back there, but has not.
I'm pretty sure Coda Reed spawned going into sector 3.
And Daryl Ailes is pitting. And behind, or in front of him, someone else has as well, as out the pits. Showstack rejoins right next to Owen. And also we have Lundgren in. At the moment, David Hoy's not actually able to pull away that much from Majinski here, so it might not be what he wanted. So we'll see if Majinski, with his very strong straight line speed here, is going to make a move, but he's 9 tenths behind, so it might be just a bit too far here, as David is, just keeping that gap around 9 tenths. But by the end of the straight, it's probably going to be only half a second.
This isn't so far.
Yeah.
This isn't so far. It's going to somehow. It's going to look tasty. As it stands, if Ryan keeps this distance between him and second place,
He's going to need to pit there.
he will. Yes, he will have to pit. But as it stands, it seems like he's on to win the race, or at least get a podium.
Especially with fresher tyres. And it looks like he's definitely going to be going to the softs here, so I think with the extra pace of the softs, he might be able to gain the time back and win this race.
Which is setting up the season for a fantastic fight for, because that will be 4 drivers. Because you have
hello,
Owen.
behind we got Pavel Showstack and Owen Hitchden going at it. And Hitchden on the inside here, as Pavel's ghosted again. He's done a lot of that this race. As Showstack on the outside, as Pavel's lost it. And he's into the wall, and that's his front wing gone. And he's round again, but yep, nice. He just lagged back onto the line for me. Anyways, we have a battle for 5th here between David Peller, Markel Cifuentes and Lasse Rasmussen, who having gotten a bit of a dodgy penalty during qualifying. Sitting P7 at the moment, which I'm sure he'll be decently happy with. And he could be going to the end on the hard tyres here as Adam Shostak picks up a 3-second time penalty.
I believe Cody also got a 3-second penalty as well. As he...
Cifuentes using the DRS here as Antonopoulos gets a 3-second time penalty. Is he going to go for a move? David Power defends the inside, and on the outside he's not going to be able to make the move there. He's just going to have to sit in behind and bide his time here and just wait for the opportunity to make a move, but he dashes into the pit lane. And let's see, I can assume he's going to bolt on a pair of softs to the end there. As Ryan Chapman out front still hasn't pitted either, but he's not losing much time to David Toy, only about a second a lap I'd say.
Well, I mean, medium tyres normally go for what, just under 20 laps?
Yeah, probably. Hards can go essentially a whole race distance, and softs do, say, maximum 10. But no, he's gone for the mediums. And Pavel, his teammate Pavel, is also in behind him. Let's see what he bolts on to the end.
Well, I'm guessing he had the same situation as what a lot of people had yesterday, where he had used softs, and he obviously that's not really going to help him.
As Longren sets the fastest lap with a 35.2. Not been the greatest of races for him in his first drive for Williams, as he's sitting down in 16th place.
However, on the other hand, Ryan Chapman, for his first actual race this season, solid performance from him.
He's lapped Cody Reed as well. And is he going to come in this lap? Yes, he is. So into the pits he comes, so we'll see what the gap's going to be. I think he's going to come out in either 4th or 5th here. I think it's more than likely going to be 5th. But actually, Mashinsky's going to come in as well, so I know it will be 4th. As David Toy's going to regain the lead of this race. But he's going to have Ryan on fresh softs behind him, chasing him down to the end here.
As Adam moves into 2nd. And yeah, Jacob Zinksi also puts on a fresh softs.
So it's going to be David Toy and Adam trying to get to the end here, while Ryan Chapman's going to be... Well, I think he should get past Adam within the next 2 or 3 laps, but will he be able to catch up to David Toy by the end of the race?
I actually don't think so, you know. I think the distance between him and Adam is, what, 8.3 seconds? So it's like...
I think, yeah, that's...
I think these mediums could go to the end.
12.5 seconds. The mediums will get to the end, but they'll drop off bad towards the end. As Cody Reed picks up another 3-second time penalty. And Ryan Chapman's already closed the gap by half a second. Make that even more.
Okay, I take back what I said. I don't think those mediums are going to really work out for them towards the end.
He's closed it by a second.
The only thing that would stop Ryan from catching is if he spins or crashes.
And that's a purple sector too, so yeah, he's got his foot down and he's going to go for to try and catch up here as Mashinsky behind on fresh softs as well. It's caught up to Avila.
I think Ryan smells the victory in his blood. He smells dinner.
The fight for P6 here. This is getting exciting again. As we have Hedgen and Rajpal, Shostak, Mashinsky and Avila. Avila weaving to try and break the slipstream, but Mashinsky's got that straight line speed. He's got plenty of VRS. He's got the DRS and he's now got 6th place.
Yeah, there was no point really defending that, if I'm honest.
In front of him is Antonopoulos, as we have a crash for Avila on the exit there. That's unfortunate for him, as
I think he catches the curb and spins it.
He was having a decent race, to be fair. He, you know, had his strategy sorted, and unfortunately for him, he's had a spin there. As further up, we have Hitchnan looking to make an opportunistic move on Rajpal here up the inside, and he's
bit of contact between them.
Chapman's now close that gap then to 2.3 to Adam. That's 2 seconds in a lap. Yeah, I think he's guaranteed 2nd here. Can he win the race? Not a clue. We'll have to find out, as David Perra and Markel Cifuentes behind are fighting. David Perra on fresh softs while Markel's on 1 lap on medium, so these lot are both going to be trying to catch up to the cars in front of them to get some overtakes, but all the cars in front are also on relatively new tyres, except for Owen, he's on 7-lap-old hards. And let's say he's well up the road on 15-lap-old hards in 4th.
But I don't think that's really going to affect him.
I think he's there, yeah. I think he's almost locked in for 4th as his yellow flags. Is that Jimbin or Lundgren? It's Jimbin at the back. That's unfortunate for him as Ryan, yep, there he is, pretty much in DRS now. And he sets a 135 flat. So he takes the fastest lap of the race, and rightly so, as he's absolutely flying right now. But the question is, will he gain the 9.3 seconds? As Machinsky goes to 34.5, so that's 5 tenths quicker. The fact that he only just got past like people like Showstack, Kitchen and Rajpold and already built a 2.5 second gap.
I mean, I think he can do it.
It's gonna come down to one of the last laps if he's gaining 2 seconds a lap. But he needs to get past Adam this lap, otherwise game over.
I'm surprised this race there hasn't been a single safety car or VSC.
As Adam's struggling on those old mediums now, and that's going to let Ryan get right up to the back of him. Just 2 tenths behind here. Adam, they've got about the same amount of ERS. Adam might want to fight this, hopefully to try and keep his position on the podium, but I'd say that's almost safe as it is, so he might as well just keep it for third, as he's nearly lost it at the final, like, met onto the back straight there, and Ryan's absolutely just going to melt him down this straight. And off he goes up into second. And
I'm surprised Adam.
On.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Adam didn't pull out the lag switch and just teleport in front of everyone again.
He's saving that for a crucial moment. Saving it for a late safety car. This lap or next lap, and he's just going to absolutely teleport his way straight to the front all of a sudden. Love to take the safety car and put himself a whole lap ahead.
I don't think there will be a safety car.
As it's a yellow flag, and that's Owen Rained again for the 3rd or 4th time this race. He's not enjoying this track here.
Considering he's the championship leader, I don't want to be harsh on him. This hasn't been a great performance for him.
Seems like he's struggling here at China, which everyone has their strong and weak tracks, so I mean, for us it makes the championship fight more exciting, as the guys at the front, none of them are really, you know, high up in the championship battle right now, other than Mashinsky has... Oh, it's on a spin there, I don't know who... Oh, that's who it is, it's Adam. And Adam has thrown away the podium completely now.
Adam.
Oh no. And that means Mashinsky's more than likely in the running for a podium here, or Antonopoulos, as they are on fresher tyres than the two in front. But I think Lassay's really going to want to fight this, and yellow flags, I think that's Jimbin at the back again, who...
Another spin for Jimbin.
He's having a bit of a hard time here, as Ryan's not gaining that much. So David Hoy might be safe here. And he's going to really hoping that he is safe. He's going to have to try and not get a penalty as well. The 2 Pc F2 commentators, this could get spicy towards the end.
Well, as it stands, our top 3, none of them have points this season yet.
Yeah.
So this is exciting.
Yeah. But Lassay's really going to have to defend from the two who have now caught up to the back of Adam already. And the gap at the front's 6.8 even, not 9. I don't know. Anyway. Meaning I think that's 1.5 seconds that lap. Which would mean on the last lap he'd catch. So this could get very interesting indeed on the last lap if he does keep gaining the same mates per lap at the moment. But Ryan's really going to need to keep his foot down here and just keep going.
No mistakes.
Yeah, literally. And he's going to have to rely on David making a mistake, I think, because the gap's not coming down maybe as much as he would like at the moment. As it's a 6.3 gap. Pavel gets a 3-second time penalty, but he's all the way down in 16th at the moment, unfortunately for him. But not the greatest of races for Pavel either. I don't know if he has picked up points this season yet. And here we go, battle for fourth. Mashinsky, Antonopoulos and Adam Lapage. Adam's doing, last say in third, an absolute favour here by holding these two up, but I think both of them are going to go flying past here as Jacob, with extreme straight line speed here. Antonopoulos defends the inside and he moves across, but Jacob manages. No contact there actually, but...
Oh, I thought it was. I had a bit of contact.
And they're really will to wheel. They're fighting and Jacob just backs there. Adam has to slam the brakes on points as he wasn't expecting that. And the gap at the front, 5.3. So, yep, that's...
Jacob might get me out.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, off the track. He had to go there for that move. But, yeah, he's got the move and he's up to fourth. And now...
Bit aggressive. I mean, there's quite aggressive defending from Antonopoulos.
Yeah. As now Mashinsky's going to have to try catch that 3.3 to Lasse in just 3 laps. But with the fresh softs, should be possible. And Ryan's got the gap down to 5. So
if Ryan can do it, Jacob can do it.
It is going to be very close here between Ryan and David at the end. As Ryan's got the gap down to around 5 seconds. He's going to need that to be about 4 the next time we come to the Sector 1 split line, which is where I've been taking the time at the moment. As at the final corner. Got that gap down to 4.7.
It's quite a lot of penalties, which I'm quite surprised about.
I think it's mostly 3 seconds, which, I mean, towards the end of the race,
isn't that bad.
Expect. It's mostly the guys at the back as well, who probably have got it while spinning, as Mashinsky's been overtaken by Antonopoulos here. And Antonopoulos has got the DRS as well.
But
but this isn't helping them, as this is allowing Lasse Rasmussen to just keep that 3rd place, and across the line it's 4.5, so Ryan's got half a second to gain in this 1st sector. So let's see if he can do it, as yellow flags for one of the Hasses, that's Pavel. And...
as David Parent 27, a fantastic
Ryan's lost
battle.
time.
Huh. I guess maybe
The tyres are not... Maybe he's just trying to be careful here. But he needs to get his foot down as he's losing time a lot here. He's not closing, but maybe it's just the 1st sector he's struggling with. Maybe he can gain all that time he needs in the middle sector, but at the moment, David is taking a step closer to winning his 1st race here.
Maybe Ryan's wheels are a bit naff now, which I guess if he keeps pushing he might overtake, but I guess
a retirement for Cody Reed. And yeah, Brian's not catching.
Yeah, I think with this, what his plan might be, I think he might just be trying to play it safe. Because he's still gaining time away from Rasmussen, so I guess he might just keep it calm.
I think he might just stay 2nd here, but
it's still a good result for him.
Especially on the alternate strategies, he made it work very well, but where he thought he could have got a race win, he took the foot off the gas a bit that last lap.
Well, I mean, David,
we have a fight between Showstack and Rajpold, and Showstack's through.
I mean, between Ryan and David, I mean, it's... But in my opinion, both of them deserve to win the race, which obviously you can't do.
Yeah. They've both had a very solid race here.
Yeah, considering that Hoy did start in 1st, and most likely is going to finish 1st, unless he has a dramatic finish.
Let's have a look at... So yeah, at the moment, David Hoy qualified pole, straight there. Ryan Chapman up 8. Lasse Rasmussen up 11. Mashinsky up 15 from the back. So, a lot of people making a lot of moves here. But let's take a look back to the gap here. It's still 4.4, so I have a feeling that it's just going to stay this way to the end there. But behind, Antonopoulos has closed the gap considerably here to Lasse Rasmussen, so could get spicy on the final lap between those two. As Ryan has closed to a 3.9 second gap. So,
another victim.
And well, we're going to see if how close Ryan does get by the end of this race, but unless David Hoy makes a mistake or gets a 3-second time penalty on this last lap, I think he's got the win in the bag here. As behind Shostak and Rajpal, Shostak just cuts half the corner off, but he's ahead at the moment as there is yellow flags in sector 1 for Williams. I think that's Jim Bin.
No, yeah, it was.
And yeah, that gap's 4 seconds between Ryan and David. So even if David does get a 3-second penalty, I'm not sure Ryan's going to be able to win this. So yeah.
Hopefully Jinbin doesn't get lapped.
He's also got a yellow fuel light, so hopefully he can make it to the end as well.
To be fair, he did have that from the beginning.
But the front, the front.
Oh no, it's
also
just gone red.
Barely any fuel either.
Jinbin's fuel is flashing red.
So absolute chaos going to ensue if one of the front two loses. Runs out of fuel here as behind Antonopoulos, 1.1 behind Lasse Rasmussen. If he can get that gap down before the DRS detection point, which he's going to need to actually get a beautiful run through this corner, but he's not managed to do it, so I think Lasse's going to keep the podium. As Lundgren has disconnected from the session. And there's yellow flags, that is for David Power down in 10th, but yeah, Ryan's going to keep the gap and he's going to win this race. Started on pole, great drive, and here he comes across the line. As Pavel goes quickest, right behind him as he's just finishing the race. We have Ryan Chapman who does gets second, and Lasse's going to retain the podium in third here. And that is a very solid drive from him.
Considering he got that grid penalty, the 5 grid penalties, he's done very well.
And on penalties, Majinski moves up to 4th. The Alpines are 5th and 6th. Adam Leipzig down in 7th. Cifuentes 8th. Shostak 9th. And Owen does grab a point. Right at the end here. He's going to be happy with that, I assume, considering he's had not the best of races for him. And his championship lead, well,
extends by 1.
Yeah, it's going to extend by 1 because I don't think anyone's actually going to catch up and overtake in the standings, as everyone seems to have had a few troubles this weekend. But yeah.
Well, I mean, Jacob Mazinski might go 4th, maybe 3rd. I think 4th.
I think he's got, I'd say, 20 points at the moment, which gives him another 12. He might go up to 3rd. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he'll go 3rd by 1.
Well, so we're just waiting for Pavel and Jimbin to just finish off here. As Pavel's already got the fastest lap, so he's probably not going to get another one here, as he probably used most of his battery on the last lap. But we'll see, to the line, and no he doesn't.
I thought he was going to put himself in a wall. Don't know why. And then Jinbin slowly crosses the line with no fuel.
He's got no fuel. Just
cuts the corner. 10 seconds.
He's got 10 seconds for that. Oh well, he's across the line. Unlucky I'm running out of fuel, but I think David Power might have run out of fuel as well, as he was very slow on that last lap.
Yeah, no, I think Hoy and Chapman ran out of fuel, but I think it was enough to get him across the line.
The game's driver of the day is Majinski, which from last to 4th definitely could be. But
I think driver of the day between. I think genuinely 1st to 4th, or I'm a driver of the day.
Yeah, it's between the 1st 4th for driver of the day, definitely. They've all had very good races.
Yeah, Ryan Chapman pretty much led the entire race. Unfortunately, strategy didn't really work the way he wanted it to. But it's still a good performance from him. Obviously, Hoy's fantastic qualifying. To finish 1st, it's just what is, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say about that. And then Rasmussen, even though he got stuffed from the beginning, fair enough. I think he might be my overall driver of the day, just for what happened, even though it isn't his fault. Him and Jacob Mazinski.
Fair enough. So, if we switch over to the screen. So the standings now on show are obviously incorrect. I'll update them for the next race. Which, yeah. we will be racing around Austria, I think,
Yep, Austria.
which is a good track. It's going to be great.
Probably one of the best tracks on the grid, in my
Uh.
opinion, though.
Alright, so. Well, that's the end of Rain 3 here, and that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all we've got for today. So, is there anything you want to say before we go, other than I'll sign off in a sec with a few important stuff?
Just fantastic race for majority of the drivers. Some drivers
Had a
not
few
so
issues,
much.
yeah, but
Yeah, unfortunate to see Sorensen and Dino not really make it to the end.
yeah,
I felt bad for Sorensen. Sorensen didn't even make a lap in.
he
Gonna
didn't even fully get round the first corner, unfortunately. But
he got first ran the first corner and died into a walk. I think someone hit him.
yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you next week, same time as always. We'll have later today. I think PSF3, like always, is on now at 7. PSF2. Then tomorrow we have PCF1 at 4 and PSF1 at 6. So make sure to watch those races and make sure to come back for PCF2 next week at Austria, as the championship fight is going to continue and a lot more drivers are joining in there with an absolute shake-up in the standings from this race. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got time for. Hope you all enjoyed that race, because we certainly did. And yeah,